From our very first inhale to our final exhale, we are without any conscious effort, continuously breathing through our autonomic nervous system. Unlike some of our other ANS functions, like pupil dilation, we are able to take full control of our breathing and therefore influence our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. There's a very direct relationship between breath rate, mood state, and autonomic nervous system state. So just to give you a little bit of background, the autonomic nervous system governs the body's sympathetic, so fight or flight response, and parasympathetic, your rest and restore response, so dialing up functions like heart rate, respiration, and digestion up or down as necessary in response to potential threats. Now, evolutionarily, this worked as a survival mechanism, but today's barrage of social media, advertising, and news trips the body's alarms, and often. Our breath naturally changes in response to emotion. When we get panicky and anxious, our breath becomes shallow and rapid, but we know from a number of really good studies that actively changing breath rate can actually change autonomic function and mood state. So here's how researchers think that it works. With each breath, millions of sensory receptors in the respiratory system send signals via the vagus nerve to the brainstem. Faster breathing pings the brain at a higher rate, triggering it to activate the sympathetic nervous system, turning up stress hormones, heart rate, blood pressure, muscle tension, sweat production, and anxiety. On the other hand, slowing your breathing induces the parasympathetic response, dialing down all of the above as it turns up relaxation, calm, and mental clarity. Usually when we exercise, we're stimulating our sympathetic nervous system. This is your active, adrenaline-fueled fight or flight response. The SNS responds quickly to our environment and involves high levels of energy, making us stronger, more alert, and less vulnerable to danger. It fills the body with high levels of hormones such as cortisol and noradrenaline. Now, in small amounts, these hormones are good, but over a prolonged period of time, they can affect our immunity, decrease bone density, and sometimes lead to muscle atrophy, mood swings, and sleep deprivation. Pranayama works on triggering our parasympathetic nervous system. The PNS conserves energy, lowers stress, reduces blood pressure, strengthens the immune system, and lifts your mood. Most of us exist in a chronic state of SNS overactivation. We believe that this is the norm. We're always being bombarded by notifications and never allow our minds to fully switch off and relax. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to it, and there are other contributing factors, but there are documented benefits of regular pranayama practice, including reduced anxiety and depression, lower blood pressure, increased energy levels, decreased feelings of stress and overwhelm, and increased muscle relaxation. One of the most important benefits of pranayama practice, especially at the moment, is it will improve your lung capacity and lung function. Pranayama practice is some of the best exercise that you can do for the human respiratory system. By practicing pranayama regularly and focusing on our conscious breath, we are improving our breathing and our psychological coping mechanisms when we're not breathing consciously. Like with everything else, if you practice often enough, it becomes second nature and your body will start to do it without thinking about it. The same way we train other muscle groups to perform through muscle memory, we can do the same with our respiratory muscles. Therefore, changing our breath rate, mood state, and ANS response becomes much quicker and easier. I hope this gives you a little bit of encouragement to follow these exercises with me, and while we all have the gift of time on our hands, it's the perfect time to incorporate the practice into our routines.